Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something maybe a bit unexpected. Your home's plumbing. It's surprisingly talkative.
It really is.
Think of it like learning a new language, you know?
Yeah.
Language of pipes. We've looked at a great source that helps decode these messages, the subtle ones and, well, the not-so-subtle ones, too. Our mission today is basically to give you a shortcut, help you understand what those weird noises and smells actually mean.
And it's really important stuff. This isn't just about, quirky house sounds.
Right.
The source we looked at is crystal clear. Ignoring these signals, that can turn a really minor, maybe inexpensive fix into a huge mess. We're talking like the difference between a quick adjustment and a fighted basement. Thousands in damage.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's really about prevention, empowering you, the listener, to catch things early.
That prevention point is huge.
Yeah.
So let's get specific. What are these signals the source talks about? We need to unpack that funky smell, right? Why it's not normal.
Definitely not normal.
And explore those sounds. The rattles, gurgles, whooshes, what do they mean? Plus, decoding gurgles versus bubbles, slow drains. Looking at real stories where things went wrong.
Yeah, the cautionary tales.
Exactly. And importantly, what simple things you can check before things get serious.
Yeah.
When is it okay to wait versus when you need to call someone, like fast?
Oh, okay. Let's start with that funky smell you mentioned. Our source really flags this as a major red alert.
Okay.
Because that smell, it isn't just unpleasant, it's often sewer gas.
Sewer gas.
Yeah, which can actually be toxic, even flammable, getting into your living space.
Uh-oh.
Usually means one of two things. Either your drain trap, that U-shaped pipe under the sink.
Yeah.
It's supposed to hold water as a seal. If it dries out, gas comes up. Easy fix, usually just run some water.
Okay, simple enough.
Or, and this is more serious, your plumbing's vent system is blocked. Those are like the breathing tubes for your pipes. If they're blocked, the gas can't escape properly. Either way, that smell needs immediate attention. It's non-negotiable, really.
Got it. Smell, act fast. So once we've tuned our noses, what about our ears, the sounds? The source seems to categorize these pretty well, these sort of angry pipe noises.
Yeah, it does. Like rattling. If you hear rattling, it often means your pipes are literally loose. Maybe not strapped down properly.
Yeah.
Ignore that, and you could risk joints getting weak, maybe even leaks down the road.
Makes sense. What about whooshing or banging?
Right, that's often water hammer. It's the sound of water stopping or changing direction suddenly inside the pipe.
Like slamming on the brakes.
Exactly, often caused by pressure changes, maybe air trapped somewhere. It's not just annoying noise, it can actually damage fittings over time.
Okay, so rattles and bangs are bad. Now, the gurgles. You mentioned the source distinguishes between gurgles, bubbles, and slow drains. That seems important.
It is. Very precise. Gurgles in a drain, especially, say, after you flush a toilet or use a sink nearby, that usually points to a partial clog slowing things down. Or, and this is key, a blocked vent pipe.
The breathing tube again?
Right. If the vent's blocked, air can't get in easily, creates a sort of vacuum. That pulls water from other drain traps, causing gurgles. Sometimes you might even see bubbles in the toilet bowl when a sink drains nearby.
Ah, okay, that's the connection. And slow drains.
That's the classic sign, isn't it? The slow creep of a clog building up. Eventually, it'll block completely. So gurgles, bubbles, slow drains. They're all hints that air or water flow is somehow impeded.
And listening to those hints really matters. The source had those case stories you mentioned, where ignoring them led to big problems.
Yeah.
Can you share one that really drives it home?
Absolutely. There was one case a family ignored a toilet that gurgled sometimes after someone showered. Just thought it was a quirk of the house, Well, that little gurgle was a sign of a venting issue. It got worse over months, slowly building. Then, boom, heavy rain, sewer line completely backed up into their basement. Yeah, total disaster. What could have been a pretty straightforward vent cleaning early on turned into this huge, expensive cleanup. It really shows how early detection saves major headaches. And money.
That's a very stark example.
Yeah.
So, okay, we know the red flags. What about those simple checks the source suggests? Things homeowners can do before calling for help.
Right.
What's that line between it's probably fine and call someone NW?
Good question. The source lists a few key things. Simple habits, really, like running water in drains you don't use often guest bathroom sink, maybe?
Right.
Just once a month or so. Keeps those traps full, blocks the sewer gas. Super easy.
Okay.
Also, just listening. Are there any new sounds? Any changes? And doing quick visual checks under sinks, around the toilet base, look for damp spots, corrosion.
Catching leaks early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb seems to be, if it's a brand new sound or smell you haven't noticed before, if a drain suddenly stops completely, or if you actually see water pooling where it shouldn't, that's when you call fast. Don't wait. If it's just a drain running a bit slow, you might have a little time. Maybe try a plunger first before calling in the pros.
That makes sense. So tying this all together, what does this mean for you, the listener? Essentially, your home is talking to you constantly. And this deep dive shows that just being informed about these common plumbing red flags is, well, a really powerful way to protect your house and your wallet. Turns you into your own home's detective.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How often we might overlook these everyday signals from our homes or, other parts of our lives too.
That's a great point.
This whole plumbing discussion, it connects to a bigger picture, really. It's about being an active observer, understanding the language of the systems all around us, not just pipes.
That really broadens it out. Which leads to a final thought to leave everyone with. What other common household groans or maybe whispers might we be ignoring day to day? Things that are actually early warnings for bigger issues, just waiting for us to decode them.
Something to think about.
Definitely something to ponder until our next deep dive.